Good morning, baseball. It is your boy NMR Sports here, coming back at you with another episode. And Shohei Ohtani pitched yesterday, so you know this one's about to be a banger. If you aren't subscribed to the channel already, hit that sub button. We just hit 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for helping me out doing that. Now we're on the road to 1,000. The grind doesn't stop. We're gonna keep uploading like crazy. I have my giveaway announcement ready to go and recorded. Hopefully I'll be dropping that later today. I do have work in like 2 hours, and then I have a service to go to after that, unfortunately, so I will try my best to get that uploaded before I go live tonight. I will be live on Twitch as well, so be sure to check out the links in my description for my Twitch, my Discord, things like that. All good places where we can talk some baseball if you do have any questions, things like that, or just want to talk some baseball. Now let's start talking about baseball. Let's get right into the video and start talking about one of the teams that I told everybody about before the season started, but nobody listened to me. That is the Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals are a good baseball team. At 14-7, they are one of the best in the league. Carlos Santana, a huge offseason acquisition, went yard for them yesterday as they beat the Tigers 3-2. They looked absolutely lights out, especially their bullpen coming in behind Mitch Keller. Wade Davis had a scoreless inning yesterday. Josh Stallman has taken over the closer role, and he is phenomenal back there. They are looking so good right now, these Kansas City Royals are, and they're pretty much unstoppable. I honestly think they could finish second place in this division with how bad the Twins are playing. I don't think they're going to be able to beat the White Sox, but these Royals are the real deal right now. They got a great offense. Their bullpen looks very, very solid. The only thing really decent is their pitching staff, but Danny Duffy's looked great this year. Brady Singer is a top prospect who's looked pretty good this year as well, and if Mitch Keller can pitch like he did yesterday, I know it was the Tigers, they could be a very, very scary team going on in the future. Now, I picked the Royals to be the third place team in the AL Central, but let's talk about the team a lot of people thought was going to be the third place team, and that is the Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians beat the Yankees yesterday. Well, today they had a little bit easier of an opponent over there in the Minnesota Twins. Now, the Twins have been awful in the month of April. They started off pretty hot, but they are currently on a horrible skid right now. They are currently 7-14, so the exact opposite of what the Royals are. They are more than 7 games behind the Kansas City Royals, which is crazy to say. I will say the Twins lineup looks really bad right now. I'm just going to read it from my screen. I apologize for not making good eye contact. I know, terrible YouTuber here. They have Luis Arraez, Josh Donaldson, Nelson Cruz, Alex Kirilloff, Jorge Polanco, some guy named Rooker, I've literally never heard of that, Jake Cave, Andrelton Simmons, and Ryan Jeffers. Yeah, so legitimately that is their starting lineup right now, and other than Nelson Cruz and Josh Donaldson, that is a terrible starting lineup. I don't know what is going on right now. I don't know if Byron Buxton's hurt or what, or maybe just had the day off, but that is a terrible lineup to be thrown out there right now. I don't know where Max Kepler is. I don't know where Byron Buxton is. I assume Mitch Garver had the day off because he's a catcher. But when I look at that lineup, you understand why the Twins are sucking right now if they're trotting that lineup out every day. So I don't know. Twins fans, sound off in the comments. Let me know what's going on. But they lost to the Indians yesterday on a game-tying home run from Jose Ramirez and a walk-off home run from Jordan Luplow. I still don't know how to pronounce that dude's name. I know there's some Indians fans here. You guys tell me how to pronounce that, please. But yeah, he hits a walk-off home run off Alex Colomé, who has been terrible for the Twins this season. And there's really just not a lot going right for the Twins right now. It's very unfortunate to see, but hopefully the Twins can get back on it and start doing better once they get everybody healthy and in that lineup. Now let's talk about two teams that have been very mediocre to start the year in the Cubs and the Braves. The Braves have just been terrible offensively, and the Cubs obviously just have terrible pitching, so it hasn't necessarily been their fault offensively. Chris Bryant is a guy who hasn't been super hot to start the year, but he did hit a grand slam yesterday off of Charlie Morton, and it was a very good game for a while there. The Braves did end up coming out on top on a Freddie Freeman go-ahead home run late in the game, so they do get the victory 8-7 and finally get a win in what feels like forever. They have 10 wins, the Braves do, which honestly, I just don't remember. I don't remember them winning 10 games. I don't know where these 10 wins came from. I feel like they only have like 2 wins the entire season. Every time I made one of these videos, it feel like the Braves have been on the losing end. So definitely been a tough road for the Braves, but hopefully that win of the Cubs over the Cubs, putting up 8 runs in that game, lights a fire under their butts and they start going crazy. I have Freddie Freeman on one of my fantasy teams, so I really need him to do well. He's got a good OPS, but his average is dropping and he hasn't been hitting too many home runs. So they really need to get on. They really need to get hot over there in Atlanta if they want to win that NL East, which is going to be a very competitive division this year. Now, speaking of the NL East, the Philadelphia Phillies were playing the St. Louis Cardinals today or yesterday, and it was a damn good pitchers duel between Adam Wainwright and Zach Wheeler. Now, Adam Wainwright ended up pitching a complete game, and Zach Wheeler ended up going 8 innings, and it was a 2-1 ball game. And I'll be honest, Adam Wainwright borderline had a better game than Zach Wheeler. He allowed a few more hits. I believe Zach Wheeler only allowed 2 hits in the game. Sorry, Zach Wheeler had 8 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, while Adam Wainwright went the distance. He only allowed 6 hits, but unfortunately, 2 of them were Rhys Hoskins solo home runs. So they end up winning by that score of 2-1 on those 2 Rhys Hoskins bombs. Rhys Hoskins puts the offense on their back, kind of like Bryce Harper did 2 days ago, except for the pitching didn't give up 12 runs like they did to the Rockies. So Rhys Hoskins carries the team on his back, having those 2 solo shots, and Adam Wainwright looked amazing for the Cardinals. Unfortunately, Zach Wheeler was just as good, so they couldn't squeak out that victory, unfortunately. Pretty damn good games from both starting pitchers in this one. Very good game. Now let's talk about another insane pitching performance, and that was Anthony DeSclafani, bro. He pitched a complete game shutout, only allowing 3 hits and 9 strikeouts against the Colorado Rockies, which is no easy task. The Rockies are a pretty good ball club, especially when they're hot. They are a very, very well-hitting team. I think they put up, yeah, like I said, 12 runs 2 days ago, something like that, and they get completely shut down by Anthony DeSclafani, who is not really considered a top pitcher by any means, and the Giants' offense was ridiculous. They end up winning 12-0, and Buster Posey looks like he's in his prime again. 4-hit game yesterday, including a home run. He was absolutely ridiculous, going 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, a home run, and a double. So Buster Posey really looks like he didn't miss a beat when he took an off year last year. Now, I don't really have any clips or anything to show you on this one. I just wanted to point out that Corbin Burnes is human. He finally had a mediocre start. No walks still, so he still has yet to walk a batter on the season. But he did end up giving up 4 earned runs, 5 runs total on 8 hits, and he still struck out 9 batters. So he still had a pretty dominant start, only made it through 5 1/3 yesterday against the Marlins, and the Marlins would go on to win 8-0. But Corbin Burnes, still no walks on the year. He has been absolutely dominant. I think after those 4 earned runs he gave up, his ERA is still under 1.5, so just an amazing pitcher this season, but finally got touched up for a little bit, so I can kind of go back on my cold take saying he was overrated to start the year. Now, I want to give a little impression here real quick. The Yankees lose again because they are a mediocre team right now. They just aren't good. They lose to the Orioles. Cedrick Mullins looks like the real deal. He might be one of the best players in baseball right now. He has just been on a tear, and there's no sign of him cooling off. He had 3 extra base hits yesterday, including 2 home runs off Davy Garcia. Yeah. Cedrick Mullins, ridiculous, and the Orioles in general are just extremely hot right now. I feel like the Orioles playing above their expectations is equal to the Yankees playing extremely below their expectations. So yeah, the Yankees have 9 wins and the Orioles have 10, so when I say the Yankees lose, that's not really an understatement. They have been losing quite a bit lately. That's funny. In the last 2 days, they've lost to the Cleveland Indians and the Baltimore Orioles. I'm just kind of rubbing salt in the wound right now. Sorry, Yankees fans. I know I'll get some hate in the comment section. All right, there is one game left to talk about, and that is my boy Shohei Ohtani getting the start for my Angels. And I'll be honest, man, it got off to a rough one. Shohei Ohtani has some of the best stuff in baseball. He can throw 101 miles per hour. He has a dirty splitter, one of the hardest pitches to hit in baseball. I said he's been working on a changeup. He's got a very good pitch repertoire. He just has 0 command whatsoever. If he could get his command down, he would be one of the best pitchers in baseball, arguably a top 10. He has top 10 stuff. He just doesn't have the control yet, and it was really on display in the first inning where he ended up giving up 4 runs on a 3-run homer from Nate Lau and then a sac fly later on in the inning. Did not look good for Shohei. It honestly looked like he wouldn't make it through very long. He did end up going 5 innings though and striking out 9 batters, so he still had the strikeout stuff working for him, and he got his command later in the game. And part of that was probably due to his offense, man. He was looking very good. The Angels finally had their full healthy lineup there with Trout and Rendon both coming back yesterday. Shohei helped his own cause. He had a bunt single. He had a 113-mile-per-hour double he hit in the game. He ends up going away with 3 hits after he exits the game as a pitcher. And yeah, it is just electric having Shohei Ohtani in the lineup when he pitches. It's such a cool thing to watch. If you guys haven't watched a Shohei Ohtani start live or just watched it on your computer, it is always, always, always worth it. I highly recommend it. One of the most fun pitchers and players in general to watch in baseball. Like I said, I do truly think he's the most talented player in baseball. He's not the best yet, but he possibly could be in the very near future. Now, one of the former best players in baseball, Albert Pujols, had a nuke in this one, and he honestly looked really good in this game. When that lineup comes along together around him, he could be a really good ball player when he's surrounded by all this talent. But normally he hasn't been, obviously, with all these guys, or these scrubs that usually shouldn't even be on a major league roster coming in behind him. But when he has Jared Walsh batting around him, Justin Upton, he and Justin Upton went back-to-back yesterday with home runs. Jose Iglesias hit a home run in this one. Honestly, just everybody being in that lineup healthy together has such a good chemistry. It leads to a lot of runs scored, and it helps a lot. So that's what I saw yesterday in the Angels-Rangers game. It was super good to see. Adolis Garcia had a nice little catch in that game as well. Adolis Garcia is honestly one of the more underrated players in baseball, and the Rangers in general are a very underrated team. I'm a big David Dahl guy. Nate Lau looks like one of the better power hitters in baseball. Yeah, they have a very, very good offense over there in Texas. Now, I think that is going to do it for us here today at Good Morning Baseball. Once again, thank you guys so much for helping me hit 500 subscribers. It's a huge milestone I've been trying to hit for a long time, so thank you guys so much for your support of the channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. We're on the road to 1,000, trying to hit YouTube Partner by the end of the year, and you guys could really help me out with that. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and if you want to talk more baseball, put it in the comment section, or maybe join my Discord. That's another good spot to talk some baseball. So thanks again so much for watching, guys. I'll see y'all in the next one.